the Liquor Licensing Commission and the provincial government only provides for a 21-day ban. So we need to actually ban certain alcohol, and whether...
Point of order, Honorable Member, what's your point of order?
Mr. Speaker, the question by a member for Goroga is very clear. Do we have a regulatory body, a national body that must work with commerce and industry, IRC, or there's a law in place for the production so that they can check the quality, the quantity, and the percentage of alcohol? It got one the national body stubborn on that because everybody is manufacturing under the house, everywhere. So there is a law in place that has to be guided by the national authority and then go through the provincial authority. There's a law in place on that. I think my brother minister can come up.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Point of order, you like him by Minister, you must Charib Street, ask him where Honorable Member belong. Gorgai ask him, so Minister.
Thank you, Speaker. Actually, I did state that there were laws, and I did state clearly in terms of the process of invoking those laws and the limitations on those laws. So in response to the point of order. So because the question is new to me, it's basically put to me without notice, then I would need to go and extensively research what other laws. There is a liquor licensing law prior to independence to see whether we can address this issue of banning, whether we have to invoke some provisions even under the Health Act, under the Ministry of the Health, the Dangerous Drugs Act, on whether he can declare certain alcohol products that are in the market as dangerous. And by doing so, we can then impose an immediate ban on the supply or commercial supply of such alcohol. Thank you.
Honorable Member Blongai.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Question Blomino is to talk side paper, Mila directing Minister of Works. Minister of Works, me through Speaker, Mila to thank you, lo good lo work you work lo working in the country lo side lo road. Mr. Speaker, Highlands Highway, Okuk Highway, lifeline blow. More than 3 or 4 million people lo Highlands. They got 2 halfway, you miss a finding problem every year time, me black at what season. Number 1, lo Kasam Pass, na Daulo Pass. Also, na, ananit lo Gaman lo late Grand Chief Somare. Gaman bin look sabe lo tupla road where and by come up also alternate route. Time you get heavy lo Kasam Pass, na Daulo Pass. One plab lo Isla Road and Benaramu, Narapla and Ungai Chuave. That's la tupla road. Mr. Speaker, Gaman lo Somare and been funding lo 2010. Ananit lo ADB loan 709. Kamaliki Bekuvia 24 million. All weather road. Na Goroka Lahame 13 million. Na this la road only been sealing lo 2010. Na second phase all been put in come long, Narapla loan where Gamani Kisim Anid law, multi-trans finance, law ADB. Resla loan was I'm sorry, Keita law, 7 Highlands provinces, law ADB loan here, law Stratim Road. Also na second phase was La Tupla Road, important road. All been put in come long. That's la Nupla multi-trans financing. Trans 1, Trans 2, Trans 3, Trans 4. Look, what put him in 4+ stages. Trans 1, Trans 2, Trans 3, Trans 4. Now, 2+ road don't capture him. All put him in Trans 2, put him come down to Trans 3. Now, inu enough lo funding ananit lo transfer because 10-year period em over lo resla loan period oksim lo em. Also, so only put him resla tupla road or one pla resla road lahame megabo ikam lo resla 1 billion Highlands Highway rehabilitation road project ni blaksim lo em. So get 10 pla road we all identify lo by come anit lo resla funding now mixim long Highlands Highway. Now, 1 pla plus 10 pla road and lahame megabo. Mr. Speaker, we'll ask him now, good Lord Minister of Works. Also, thank you, Prime Minister, and Minister Yuyet, National Planning Minister, you play Kolo Henganofi, Lo Singout Long, member of Henganofi. Now, you also making commitment to one bridge and by connecting Ramu and Eastern Highlands. Lo supporting Slatintin to put him alternate route. Now, I think 2 or 3 years now, we work like 2 million lo bena Ramu, ikam olsem. So question lo minister im olsem. Lo 2020 funding, works and giving contract law, one black company. Now I'm working bena Ramu connect ikam lo henganofi. Dama imply ko connect also lo Ramu. Out of the 2 million, I'll give him 1.2 million lo this black contractor. 800,000 still outstanding from the 2 million lo 2020 budget. One in time, by mixing balance, program na give lo contractor, so contractor by continue lo billing me go. Me at about 1 more kilometer before lo you me connect him Henganofi district. So me plan needing this la 800,000 lo finishing this la section. Number 2 question. One time, Megabo, Lahame Megabo, second phase floor is la road by connecting Ramu by Ikamap. Now I'm stop on it, Lord Isla. 10 pla roads were listed by go on them National Highway, Highlands Highway Rehabilitation Program. One time by come on. Number 3 question. Enough you talk Savilo, member of Henganofi na me, one them people lo me to na Eastern Highlands, na to Lodesla Parliament update lo Lodesla Bridge by connecting Ramu and them Eastern Highlands. Number 3, when in Plain Blue Yule or Plain Blue Works Department, lo connecting Chuawe and them Ungai, and one important road by connecting Igolo Chuawe by continuing the rest of the Highlands provinces. Time Daulo pass and me stop a heavy blow, landslip na landslide na kind of same. So, Mr. Speaker, me talk thank you, lo Minister and working people work, but me need lo sabe one time by some level this la asking again by coming to play. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Minister of Works.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Me like to thank you, lo brother member Blonga Bena lo ask him all the questions. Question belongan me big plan, long plan. Me try best long capturing plenty blood la question. The question is very, very important. One, emi tok lo kasam pass na dalo pass. Dila tupla big pla mountain tuplay time tuplay got landslip like kind of same time. All carry atrulo iguantap, so he is correct in saying this. So long aside from the Department of Works, emi through some mi play support him na plan him na mi play ikat acknowledge him this bla tok blo member blo member blo ungai bena that mibla need him didla tubla alternative routes. So time mibla been Prime Minister and mibla been golenge nofi, we made a commitment and we also declared that this road law ramukam long ungai miblai toko sema bambla declaring mo sema wala national highway becauseemi alternative route na lo road long bena igolo chuawe m2 mi one very important road time dalo pass emi sagat plenty land sleep time definitely miblai need him not alternative route as well. Mr. Speaker, plenty blood la walk la road emi stapana need long ADB program. Member it talk through osem phase 1 lo ADB program emi been start building plenty walking plenty road inside long Highlands region. Na did la program emi finish lo year 2020. And so phase 2 blood la program and Mr. Speaker emi stop. We are talking to ADB, Assam Department of Works, law identify more these very important or strategic roads, and Works one play in Osawe identify more road. National planning is established inside of this land. I got all 7 months inside law, country inside law department is identify all road where only looking also strategically very, very important law country. And so these roads have all been identified, not just those 2 roads, but other roads as well. And Nemstawana need a program for ADB. So process is taking long time, but definitely yes, those roads have been identified. Name is Taplo and Department of Works, National Planning, Treasury, and ADB. Mr. Speaker, law, now the question me asking me law bridge, law de la bridge across law Ramu Kamasem law Engenofi. Mr. Speaker, right now as I speak, I'm waiting more bridge law come inside law country. We made a commitment already. I made a commitment even on this floor of Parliament. So as soon as the bridge comes, that bridge will not just take 1 bridge. Embaksim Tupla, very close to over 100 meters. So when that bridge arrives in the country, definitely this is a very important road. Mibla by giving Dila bridge law connecting this very important important connection. All Nadla plenty of road where Emi identify Mr. Speaker and I need law did la reform you working in law country law PNG road network strategy in a fund program. Mr. Speaker, Mibla is splitting plenty law Odila road. So law last year you looking sorry law this year. Now, Mr. Speaker, law next year, law 2022, money stuff inside law budget. What we've done through that reform is, we give him road, want the money belong all districts, it goes straight law districts. Now, law provincial roads, and we give him money, want them the responsibility, straight it go law province. Just in case you understand, me like talks about them. 1 pla road inside law district where you connect him 2 pla LLGs, it becomes a district road. Inside Luanda province, where we connect him 2 districts, that becomes a provincial road. Where a road that connects from 1 province to another province, then it becomes a national road. Now, Mr. Speaker, as you mean building Mozilla Road, inside long districts, provinces, it is now looking, connecting into the major highways. So, as a road connects into a major highway from your district to your, and then to the province and connects into the other, then it also increases the national highway component of our road. So, one road in Mr. Bananid this tripla program. One road in Mr. Misalo district, and responsibility now stop land district. Blow province and Mr. Land Blow province. Miblalo Department of Works, we are available. As soon as you have money coming into your districts or your provinces, don't go out there and build these roads, lo savably yet. Using Department of Works so that Mipla must album you lo walking modla road lo standard. So that time rainy come, groundy brook, when something come up, at least the experts in the Department of Works will tell you exactly how you can build a road so that it can sustain that with climate change and all that. Mr. Speaker, plenty time, all members are like asking question, I said, Mr. Pulim talk too much. So I think I've said enough. So let me sit down with them. Unless member is ours and me missing one block question block and then them can remind him can.
You got point of order, one point of order, honorable member.
Must lot of sure.
Through the chair.
My people.
Honorable member.
You keep quiet.
Honorable member, through the chair.
Yeah. No, son, through the chair. Sorry. Back in blow, minister, back in good through. So one plata, so I'm missing out them. Balance blood is like 2 million. 800,000 contract oxygen. So me like him was by back in blood is la. Balance blood 800,000.
Honorable Minister.
Very simple. Suppose you got engagement one time, MIBLA Department of Works engaging one block contractor, it is our responsibility to make sure that we pay the contractor, and definitely we will pay the contractor. The only issue where MIBLA got longer than you may all get there survey. Country may grow, economy blame me to grow, but we don't have the kind of money that the United States or the Australians have. Budget blame me tight, so one of really money me come inside the country. You may work law EC, pay all contractors, but Mr. Speaker, me like talk survey law you me all get that this black government law last 2 years, we have done a lot of work. Plenty of leaders, but I think you mean working work that's all. We've expended very close to over 2 billion kina of road works. Standard law road 2 me improve. Me apply plenty of new standard. But answering question blow, member blong unga bena, yes, definitely I'm responsibility blow this Department of Works, and Prime Minister too is aware. Me blow implanted contractors money, but this is a usual thing. And over the last 2 years, government has not let the Department of Works done. Time me got all outstanding. Government is giving me some money, so as soon as we get some money, according to the treasurer, we have already been warrant has already been released to us, so 800,000 kina, not a problem, Mr. Speaker. But we can talk sawe. Long members and Mibla Bape. Thank you.
Honorable Member of Lorigo.
Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to ask a question without notice to the Minister for Civil Aviation. Mr. Speaker, this question is in relation to the question that was asked last Friday by the member for Yangoro Sausu, Honorable Richard Maru, in relation to the terminal building at Wewak Airport. Mr. Speaker, just a little bit of background very quickly. The 3 airports of Madain, Wewak, and Banimo upgrade programs were launched in February 2019. Specifically, Madain was launched on the 12th of February, and Wewak and Banimo were launched on the 13th of February 2019. So that's 2 years and 9 months. And this work has been carried out under the multi-tranche funding from ADB through the CARIB program. So it's very disconcerting and very disappointing to learn that the funding has lapsed, as reported by the acting managing director of National Airports Corporation, saying that the funding has lapsed and therefore the terminal building at Wewak Airport will not be built. So, Mr. Speaker, my question, 3 questions to the Minister for Civil Aviation, through the Chair, is number 1, can the good Minister advise this Honourable House and the aviation industry, as well as the people and the business communities of these 3 provinces of Madain, East Sepik, and West Sepik? Question 1 is, has the funding for these airport works have really lapsed? And second question is, will the terminal building at Boram Airport, as well as Medan and Vanimo, be built? And question number three is, if these terminal buildings will be built, where will the funding come from if we are saying that the funding for those airport works has lapsed? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Minister of Civil Aviation.
Through you, thank you, Mr. Speaker, for a member for Rigo for asking the questions regarding the airports at Medan, Wewak, and Vanimo. For the first question, as all of us know, the CADIP program under ADB loan has come to the end on the, as I'm speaking, on the 24th of this month, which is today. And as member has asked the first question, it's been 2 years. Yep, as all of us know that COVID has really affected most of our programs throughout the country, where civil aviation has invested in programs in the major airports and terminal buildings. So whether those airports will be built, as I'm speaking, for Medan Airport Terminal, Medan Airport Terminal is 60% completion, so by the end of first quarter of 2022, it will be completed. For Wewak Airport Terminal is, like I said, because of the COVID, we had a lot of challenges. So the civil aviation has descoped the terminal building and built a temporary one to operate, but we have descoped it because the time has lapsed, and we have we'll be doing the maintenance, I think starting next month. So we'll be doing the maintenance to the existing terminal that is there. So, but it has, for the new terminal, it has been included in the phase 2 of the CADIP program, which will be on mid-year next year. So for the new terminal building for Wewak will be included, has been included in the new, for the phase 2 program. For Vanimo Airport Terminal, it has been completed and just waiting for the X-ray and the lift for the pumps expected to arrive next month. So that's, but the opening of Vanimo Airport will be early next year. And like I said, Boram Airport Terminal will be on the second phase. The funding is also from for the second phase is also from the ADB, like the first phase. So otherwise, most of the programs under TVWAN for civil aviation are all complete, but just doing final touches of this program. Thank you very much.
Honorable members, I'm asking me to talk for 5 minutes. I'm going to hurry also. Minister for Transport.
I ask Parliament to move a motion without notice.
Is leave granted? Leave granted.
Mr. Speaker, I move that so much of the standing orders be suspended as would prevent notice number 264, government business, be called on forthwith.
The question is that the motion be agreed to. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against say no. The ayes have it. Mr. Clerk.
Notice number 264, Minister for Justice.
Mr. Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I present the Attorney General Amendment Bill 2021.
Mr. Clerk.
First reading, a bill for an act to amend the Attorney General Act 1989 and for related purposes.
Mr. Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I ask leave of Parliament to move the second reading forthwith.
Is leave granted? Leave granted. Mr. Minister.
Mr. Speaker, the proposed amendments to the Attorney General Act of 1989.
Move the second reading.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I move that the bill now be read a second time.
Make a speech.
Mr. Speaker, the proposed amendments to the Attorney General Act of 1989 seeks to complement the Public Solicitors Bill of 2021 that was introduced to this House yesterday on and to strengthen the independence of the Public Solicitor envisioned by Section 176, subsection 5 of the Constitution. In essence, the amendments ensures that the Public Solicitor, in the performance of his functions, is not subject to any discretion and control of any person or authority other than the National Court or Supreme Court. Mr. Speaker, the Office of the Public Solicitor was established to promote and protect the rights of ordinary Papua New Guineans, even if the protection extends to suing the state and instrumentalities of the state. This is an office that belongs to our people, and we owe it to our people to ensure that no one person or authority should give directions to the Public Solicitor. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, the amendments to the Attorney General Act of 1989, by repealing Section 7, subsection F, and Section 14, gives effect to the independence of the Public Prosecutor. Mr. Speaker, Section F provides for the duties and functions of the responsibilities of the Attorney General, and it states, in accordance with Section 13, to review any decision of the Public Solicitor to refuse legal aid and assistance, to perform and to grant such aid and assistance in his absolute discretion following his review. And Section 14 provides for the review of the decision to refuse of granting legal aid and assistance. So these two existing provisions in the Attorney General's Act would conflict with the provisions of the Constitution that provide that the State Solicitor, Public Solicitor, in his discretion, may make any decision in relation to whether or not to provide legal aid. With that, Mr. Speaker, I now commend this draft legislation to this Honourable House.
The question is that the question be put. Those in favour say aye. Aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. The question is that the bill be now read a second time. Those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Those against say no. The ayes have it. Mr. Clerk.
Second reading, a bill for an act to amend the Attorney General Act 1989 and for related purposes.
Mr. Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I ask leave of the Parliament to move the third reading forthwith.
Is leave granted? Leave granted. Mr. Minister?
Mr. Speaker, I move that the bill now be read a third time.
The question is that the question be put. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. The question is that the bill be now read a third time. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those against say no. The ayes have it. Mr. Clerk.
Third reading. A bill for an act to amend the Attorney General's Act 1989 and for related purposes.
Minister of Transport. Honorable Minister. It's okay. Honorable members, Parliament now is suspended for lunch. Parliament resumes at 2 p.m.